This morning we're going to get the 856 tractor. Got the right equipment to pick up the tractor here. This is my neighbor Adam Buck, who professional tractor hauler. On an as-needed on-call basis. This truck gives us nice massage as we're down the road. Probably better loaded, won't it?
I hope so.
Yeah.
Thanks for L86.
Alright. All the girls will be going wild. Cancel your wedding. Adam's getting married. Adam's getting married later this month.
Oh, yeah? Monday. Yep.
Not the first one, but the best one.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, that's right. She's well, them ratchet binders are so big, they have a lot of
A lot safer, too.
no ain't sitting.
You come on, pipe cheater bar comes off and catches you in the head.
Yeah.
You're a firefighter. Oh, yeah. City of Ithaca.
That could be a dangerous job, too.
Oh, I can go that. Oh, awesome.
Yeah, you
Close
know
that
enough.
up.
Yeah, that's what I always carry too, even on my little trailer.
Oh, yeah.
Off we go. It's a long ride home. Home again. She hauled just fine. I pulled the tractor right up here in the driveway, and I'm going to leave it here for a few days because I can see it right out my kitchen window there. And it may sound goofy, but I like looking at my new acquisition when I'm sitting at the kitchen counter. Howdy, peaceful bulls. I got to go in and show you Bossy Pig. Bossy Pig and Billy really got into it there for a day or so, and I think they've been resting up since then. As you can see, they're just chilling. But this is what I wanted to show you. See all these scratches on Bossy Pig's back here? These are from Billy's hooves. And when you've got a good strong heat in a sow, they'll breed and breed all day long, and it'll wear hair off the back. That's one way you can tell that you've had a good strong heat out of a boar. And also you'll get those hoof scratch marks because he'll mount her, I don't know how many times, at least a dozen in a day. So I'm very happy, Billy, that you did a good job. I'm proud of you. We've got 2 more steers going to the butcher in 4 days. So Hillary and I are going to make preparations for that. Right, Hill? Yep. That's what saints say. Yep. You may remember that last time we loaded steers, our janky steer holding pen was a little too janky and we had a problem with the gates. What happens here is when there's a winter bedding pack in, it tends to kind of bow the gates a little bit. These are thin steel gates. But the real problem is that they're too high. And so the steers were able to get their heads under there and push up and bend it like tin foil. So we're going to fix that because we want the steers to be where they're supposed to be, where we left them instead of wandering around the farm. Hillary has a special desire to keep them that way, right?
Yeah, you know, when I was a nurse, we had to make rounds to make sure everybody was where they were supposed to be, so yeah.
Hillary makes the rounds twice a day and makes sure everybody's where they're supposed to be. And if you have any dream about the farm, it's the animals getting out.
Oh yeah, that's right.
This gate is toast, so we're going to take this off and let's head into the scrapyard with the next load. Got to take off these hinge bolts. Oh, you're bent. That's the problem. I see. So we're putting in a new heavier gauge gate to replace that old one. I had ideas about doing a homemade gate, but time. This is a heavier gauge gate, but the real difference is we're going to set it down lower so the steers aren't tempted to get their heads under it and start beating on it. So we got to change the hinge holes here. I love listening to the birds in the barn. It just reminds me of my childhood with the birds chirping in the barn in the summertime. Some people don't like birds in the barn, but I do. A little persuasion, we can straighten this bent one out. If I can hit it. Repaired. Now we got to figure out where the second hinge goes. I hope those cattle keep being agitated because that'll be easy to bring them into the heifer yard. Down a little bit. There we go. Down. Now we'll lower the other gate. Gotta take it off first. All right. Down. How's that swing, Hill? It's low, but we want it to be low.
Yeah, we do.
With the gates set this low, they won't be able to get their heads under them and lift on them. I think they're less inclined to put their head in the middle and try and lift on them because it's more of a solid barrier. It's underneath you worry about.
I'm going to fluff the hay to make it more inviting.
We want to invite them in. And I'm going to take the plywood off the way in here. Oh my gosh, you guys! Why are you so unhappy with me? Gotta let them all into the heifer yard to sort them. You moms can stay on the other side. So go back. You know the drill now. We got to sort through them and figure out which two steers we're going to take and mark them. We pretty much just go by which ones look the nicest. 2106.
I don't know.
You're a steer. Yeah, I don't know. We looked at you last time, I think.
There's always Rusty.
2103.
That's a heifer, I think.
She's a heifer, yep. 2107. That's he's a goner right there, for sure. Yep. And then we have the option of 2106, or one we haven't found. Hey, Coco.
Rusty's the only other.
Oh, really? Rusty's the only other, and then we're into heifers. Now, so we got Rusty, who's he's occupied right now. Oh, 2107's the other one.
Yeah.
Given the choice between Rusty and him, I'd take him. He probably knows I'm after him. Yeah, he does. Can see that, right?
I think so, yeah.
Now it's the usual drill. We open up the pen door. Then we back off and wait for him to go investigate. With an eye on the two we painted. Patty's gonna go in, maybe. There's 7. 7, you go in there. Go see what's in there. Maybe everybody else will go in. Where's 2106?
Here's 6.
That's him.
Right here.
Let's get him over there. You come over that way. You go in. Come on. You go in. You go in. You gotta want to follow the other cows. Cattle are like glue, they stick to each other. I don't think they want to go in as much because there's lots of stuff, green stuff to investigate in here. Any question if cattle like box elder trees? They like box elder trees. They're busy, they want to investigate all the weeds growing in here. And sometimes it's better just stand, wait, let them do their thing. And I know eventually they'll go in to see what's inside the barn. Yeah, see, he's at the door now. We just let them do their thing.
Someone else went in and I didn't see who it was.
There's one in. There's 3 in here, actually. Who we got? Here a cow. Here a cow. We only got one of them.
Just got one.
I'm going to ambush him when he comes by. You can go out. You can go in if you want.
He's coming.
Give him a little push. There we go. There we got him in. Plus Daffodil. Now Hillary's going to work him around. We'll just get Daffodil out of here. We just work him around until the right one pops out. Which is over there. There you go.
Nope, out.
You stay out. Out of sight, out of mind. Cattle are extremely jittery when they're first separated from the herd, and that's why we like to get them in here early so they can calm down and get used to their quarters. It makes it a lot easier on loading day 4 days from now when these guys are all settled in and not like they are today, all skittish. And once we get the herd back out and the sound moves away, they'll calm down even more. All right, you bunch of complainers, let's take care of you. Here we go. Yeah, Patty. You go back out, you can complain out in the field instead. They said, well, this isn't a very good experience. All we got was some weeds and trees. Come on, you tail waggers. Let's go. Hep. Stay behind them. Hep. Go. You too. Go. Go. Ginger, don't be stubborn. Come on. There we go. Go. There we go. I thought you were good at making noise.
They're like children, they don't listen.
Well, I guess I'll have to reward them for their work a little later on. Give them some water. To keep these guys from belly aching, we're gonna move them to a new pasture, but first I gotta take a look and see what's available and what the best field is. Choices are between this field, which is looking darn nice. Uh-oh, they saw what I'm up to and they're coming down to harass me. You gotta know what I'm up to, don't you? Oh, 2105. Hey lady, how are you? You're my buddy. The other choice is this field, which has been clipped a month or so ago and has come back real nice. I choose the second. I think the cattle agree. Watch out. Let me... That will definitely keep them quiet for a while. First growth pasture in the spring is always tough because it's growing so fast, it gets ahead of you and it toughens up. But after a field's clipped and you've got all this tender stuff in here, it is grazing nirvana. Everything in here is just good, tender, high protein, edible. Cows won't pass it over. But the herd's getting smaller. Calves are all here but one, and we've got 4 that have left the herd at this point. In contrast, this is a field they just came off of. This hasn't been clipped yet this year, but it's the next in line. Now that the cattle are off it, I can go through and clip it and reset it like the pasture I just put them on. A toothless termite walks into a bar. Yep, it's true. This is a true story. Toothless termite walks into a bar and says, "Is the bartender here?" Yeah. You didn't think I was going to let this tractor sit all day, did you? I'm going to teach my daughter Gray how to drive the tractor and see if she approves of it. All right, Gray, you put your foot on the clutch, which is this one right here. The brakes are on the other side.
Okay.
Keep your foot on the clutch. Turn the key on, just like a car over here, all the way. Yep. Make sure it's in neutral. You waggle that. This is the gear shift works like this. This is the range lever, neutral, low's down here, high's up here, and then you pick how fast you want to go in each range with this. Got to throttle her up a little bit. Starter. Oh, there you go. All right, away we go.
Which way do we go?
We'll make a loop around the tree there. Nothing like learning to drive on camera, huh? Or a tractor, anyway.
You should have seen me when I first drove the car. It was worse.
Turn around here and go right around this tree. Should throttle her up a little bit, Greg. And there you go. Not too much. There you go. Try not to hit the tree or the gate.
We'll see. It will tighten this.
Oh, look at that driving. Past the chickens. Come on, Henry, let's go drive the tractor. Slide right up in here. You know how to drive this, right?
If I can remember, yes.
Clutch, yep, all the way down. Let the emergency brake off, or the park brake. There you go. Switch it into low. You're good. You should be good to go. Now you got the hang of the clutch.
Somewhat.
You can throttle it up a little bit if you want. You think we should go run over some John Deeres?
Yes.
I think that's a good idea. And the key. Good job. I do have an old tractor master plan, subject to change of course, but right now it stands as this. I want to pull the 656 into the shop. If I can fit it in there, I'll take the canopy off this winter and go through it. The engine is getting real tired. It needs a complete engine rebuild. The hydro's fine, but it needs lots of this and that, and certainly a paint job, make it look like new. I use that tractor daily, and as you know, I like to restore tractors that I use daily and enjoy the fruits of my labors. As for the 756 and 856, I'd like to put a new loader on the 756 and have that as a second loader tractor. Use all three of them for hay, focusing on the 856 for a while anyway to see how it works. I'll do second cutting hay with it. I don't know whether I want to paint this tractor or not. At first I thought, well, yeah, I definitely want to paint it, and now I'm going back and forth between polishing what I got here up and applying a seal coat and doing it that way, so it's kind of a nice original because it's in good shape, or painting it. I don't know. And I probably got a couple years, honestly, till I'm going to get there, because the 656 is a big job. The 504 I've grumbled about letting go a few times, and I got a neighbor that's interested in it, so I may well let that go after I have a second loader tractor in the 756. Got to have two loader tractors. In the midterm, I would like to build a shop. 2 bays. I'd like to put in a paint booth and maybe use it for cleaning parts as well, and a downdraft table for cleaning parts, get all that dust from out of the shop, and you know, get into this more as I get older, because it's a little bit easier on me than farming, and as our farm gradually, you know, slows down as Hillary and I age, well, mechanical work is something that could keep me busy for a long time from now. That's my plan, subject to change of course, but I'm pretty convinced I'm going to be moving forward with the 656 this winter. I hope you enjoyed this video. It was a long day. I'll see you next time.